When you live in a small space, even the tiniest changes can give your room a facelift. I'm going to show you some changes that I have made that have absolutely made a difference in my little home. And I hope that you get some ideas from the things I'm going to show you today, and it would get your creative juices flowing. As I go through today and show you some things that I have done, I'll show you some before pictures. That way you'll have an idea about how things look before. The first thing that I did before I ever moved into the tiny home was I whitewashed my walls. And not only did I whitewash my walls, but I also painted some trim. And I'm going to show you what a difference that made. And so I'm going to take you into the bathroom to give you an idea about how the walls look before I did the whitewash. I did whitewash everywhere except for the bathroom. This is how all the walls looked. Even though it has a good contrast in color, you have your gray mixed in. It's very pretty. It felt more like a cabin to me, and I wanted it to feel more like have a beach cottagey feel. And so this is how the walls looked in the entire house before I whitewashed the walls. And this is how it turned out. And you still can see the grain in the wood. See all the little knots, and it still gives it that contrast. Everything in my home, it was all natural wood. So everything that you see in the videos that has any type of color, I did that after I got the home. And then also, not only did I whitewash the walls, but I focused on doing the trim too. And so even like the trim around the windows, I'll show you here. All of that was all natural wood. Instead of whitewashing the trim, I just painted it white. So it gave it that contrast on the wall. And even in the bathroom, I did the same thing. I painted all the trim. This was all wood. And even on the inside, I painted it white. Even though you have a lot of natural wood in this bathroom, painting the trim white gave it that contrast. So I did the same thing with the door. I painted it like a blue-gray color. And I did the same thing with the stairs. This here, it was all wood. And I painted it that same blue-gray color. And then here in the bathroom, to go with like the blue beetle pine, I stained this a gray color to go in with the blue that you see. Like you see the streaks of blue, the blue that you see on this piece of wood right here. And then here, that same blue-gray paint on my closet door, I painted that. And then in my pocket door, I stained that a gray color. That was unfinished wood. And let me show you what I did with the cathedral window. On the outside, I painted the trim white and a little bit on the inside. But on the inner part of the window, I painted it gray to give it a little bit of contrast. With the skylight on the outside, I did like the distress look with the gray. And then on the inside, I painted it white. And in the center of the ceiling, I have this beam. And I did the distress look on it too. Painted it gray and made it have that distress look. So it'll look like it's been here a long time. As you go into the living room, you'll see where I painted this gray. It gives it more definition. In the kitchen area, under the stairs, I have these cubby holes. And so this is used like part of the pantry. And all of that was open. The little change that was made here was adding cabinet doors. And my uncle, he has some friends that make cabinets, and he was able to get measurements, and his friend made the cabinets and he hung them up for me. And that made a huge difference, just that little change put indoors where the pantry is. And so let me show you that. Everything was open. Everything was open and it didn't have any doors at all. And they're soft close too. Just adding those doors made a huge difference in this little spot. And I don't know if I've ever showed you this area before, but behind this curtain, it's not the Wizard of Oz, but behind this curtain, it is where I have my trash can and my ladder and some other things, some extra water in case for some reason I don't have water supply. And this curtain I found at Walmart, and it's very pretty, has pretty white and white and some blue flowers on it. And I could have had doors made for that area too, but I really like the aesthetic of the curtain, the way that it looked. And this is an area where my washer and dryer was going to be, but I had that change to have it put in my bathroom. And so whenever that change was made, it became a good place for me to store my trash can. And here too, you can see the wall. I didn't paint in here, but I have my ladder, some rain boots, my water. And everything in my home I use extension rods. So all of my windows and even the curtain here, I use extension rods. I didn't have to worry about putting holes in my wood. Everything is on extension rods. And that makes it very easy to clean too. Whenever you're cleaning your windows, you need to take your curtain down, it's on an extension rod. So it's very easy to remove. So I don't know if you ever thought about using extension rods for your window treatments, but it makes all the difference in the world. And the way these windows are made, they're regress. And so I was able to do that with these. And then And I've had a lot of positive comments about my curtains. And people have asked me, where did you get your curtains? And I got them at Wayfair. And let me show you the tag. They're called Drift Away. Drift Away. So with these curtains, it's really cool because you can adjust the height. So you have your ties here. You have your ties, so you can undo your tie and you can make it short like I do so some light can come in, or you can make it longer. Another change that you can do that's very quick, very easy, and can change the whole look of the home, and not really that expensive either, is peel and stick tile. And I did that throughout. I did it in the bathroom and I did it in the kitchen area. And so I'm going to show you what a huge difference just that little change made. On my closet door, I did the stick-on tile, and I already showed you where I painted this gray. You see here, you just have a film on the back and you peel it off and you just stick it on. And it just really brought in a pop of color into the bathroom. Before this door, it was just wood. There wasn't any color whatsoever. And just adding that little bit made a huge difference. You can see here it matched really well, I felt like, with the window treatment, the curtains. And then this right here, this is my electric panel. And so I did the stick-on tile here with my electric panel. And you probably have noticed it on my stairs, but maybe where it's a little bit less subtle is I also added it as a trim by the floor. So let me show you that. And then over here by the wheel well. I think just a little change like that really gives the room big personality. On the stairs, I know you've seen it before, and I'll show you before and after pictures. And all you have to do is just peel the back off and stick it wherever you want it. Very, very simple, and it brings a lot of personality into your room. Another thing that I did was I changed the knobs. And who would ever think changing knobs would make such a huge difference in the way that the room looks? But it does. And so all these knobs I'm going to show you, I got them at Hobby Lobby. Very inexpensive. And I think it really made a huge difference. So here on my desk, and the chest that I have here by the front door, I did the same thing. In the kitchen, I went with the same color but different design. So on the cabinet, I have seashells. On the cabinet doors that my uncle put in for me, I have starfish. And I did the same thing in the bathroom. I put starfish knobs. That is a very inexpensive thing that you can do to bring a little bit of personality into your room. all these things that I'm showing you today, you bring your own personality into the room. I told you about my love for the beach, and I wanted my home to look like a beach cottage. And so some of these things may not be your taste. You may be into something else. And you can find those personal touches that brings your personality into your home, and it can become your happy place, like this little tiny has become my happy place. And so something else that I found these at Hobby Lobby, is switch plates. And I'm going to show you a few of those. I changed all the switch plates so it would go with the flow with the beach cottagey vibe. And the last thing that I'm going to show you today that you can think about whenever you're redoing a home, you want to add a little bit of personality into the room, is thinking about your shelving. And it's very inexpensive, and it can, depending on the type of shelving that you pick, it can give it a little pop of color, some personality. It's great for storage. It doesn't take up floor space, and it's great whenever you're dealing with a small space. So let me show you a couple of shelves that I found. So the ones I'm fixing to show you, I believe I got them on Etsy. And I just thought it brought in some color, some fun, and livened up the room a little bit. And this one I use as a spice rack. And then here I ran out of room on my spice rack, so I got a few spices here. A little bit of odds and ends things on this shelf here in my bathroom. I really did like this color. And so with this one, the one by the stove, I took the hooks off, but you have hooks hanging here. So I do have like some necklaces hanging on here. So you can use it for different things. And then this shelf here, I believe I got it at Wayfair. So it has the distressed look. But it really gives it some personality into the room. And then you have your towel rack on this. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and you got some ideas about little changes that you can make that makes a big impact. And if you would, leave me a comment about some things that you have done, little changes that you have made that made a big difference in your living space. And what was your favorite tip that you learned today? I would love to hear from you. So leave me a comment. And if you like this episode, ring that bell, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And I hope you go out and you make it a great day. And God bless.